Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have some World of Dummies. Yes, we've got some World of Dummies, and it's all about spawn camping. Yes, some players just do not want to leave spawn, but as we're going to see in this game, sometimes it works for you. Sometimes it works for you. Just think, right? Just think. If you're on the enemy team, you're in a medium tank or light tank trying to open up the enemy team, you can't find them. You can't find them, and then all of a sudden you get around by their spawn area. Then you open up 7 tanks all looking at you. So yeah, it can actually be a tactic to some. Some might just say, let's just stay in spawn and wait for these guys to come around, and you'll be surprised at just how often this works. On some maps it works better than others. Of course, this map right here is mined. As you can see, apart from our guy here, the team are not moving. The team are still in spawn. But when you are on a little map like this, sometimes it can work for you. These guys around the spawn area, if they come out, they're going to find all the tank destroyers at the back, and they're going to get absolutely torn apart. So of course our guy here he's the only one so far that's pushing up. He's spotting the team, he's getting damage, he's getting some block damage from this tiger who seems to not have a clue how to play. But so far there's only 2 tanks spotted. We know that there are a couple of tanks over the island, so we know that they are some that at least is over there, and we now know that there's 4 tanks all around this area. However, this guy does finally have some help with the mission, the VK168 coming to help him. And if these guys come around the corner, they're going to get smacked, just as you see there with the Super Persian. Over 700 damage done to him. And that kind of scares him, because now he's got to back up, because he knows he can't come around the corner, because there are so many tanks that are just sitting in the spawn. And they just do not want to move. The only other person who was in spawn was this VK, who's now decided to come and help. So our guy's 2,100 block damage, and he's now on 1,700 damage. And nice trade there, Predator, Super Persian. Why would you come out sideways in front of all these guys that are just sitting in spawn, and you're just going to get ripped apart? So the T-32 is the next on the list. Of course, he's going to go forward. He's still shooting APCR. He's actually shooting a lot of APCR. In fact, he's only got 4 rounds of APCR left, now 3, so that could come back and haunt him. He might need that APCR later on. So currently it is a 5 versus 4. We know that the ISU is around here, we know that the 50 TP is around here, and the VK168 decides to push even further forward. Then he didn't need to do that. Of course, there are ways to deal with your team spawn camping, and that's just to sort of stay around like this kind of map. At least if they are in spawn and they are not AFK, at least allow them to have shots off. And maps like mine is quite easy to do that. Like, I wouldn't recommend now coming around this corner, because you're the only one that is going to be fighting this guy, and the team won't be able to help you. So bait them around the corner. That's the only way really you're going to get around it, because you're not going to be able to fight these guys on their own. So you're going to have to try and at least bring the enemy to your team. And of course there's some maps that you can't do that, but yeah, mine's is a classic example of that. And the next map is a classic example of that as well. But you know, these spawn campers, they have now decided to move. Maybe they watched my video and they heard me say save your hit points until later on, so then you can push forward. Maybe they was doing that, but at least they get the win. Nice battle there for the Carnarvon Action X. 4.1k damage, 2.4 blocked damage, and of course he does get that mastery badge. But yeah, I mean, every single one of his team except for the VK just stayed in spawn. Now this battle here is actually quite funny. you always get, like we've just had, there's always often than not, there is you do get the spawn campers. So this game here, of course, the light tank, he's going to go around and do light tank things, you know, try and spot the team and open up the team, so at least his team knows where the enemy team is. But as you can see currently, every tank except for this guy and the waffle, I think it is, are still in spawn. They are still in spawn. And that is the thing with some of these maps. When you get these maps and you've got like 3 tank destroyers, you're kind of like, every tank destroyer wants to be in that tank destroyer position. So where you should only have 1 tank in that TD position, you've now got 3. And because no one is moving, the heavies don't want to go right because they're pretty much on their own. But what we're going to see in this game, as you can still see, the whole team pretty much, apart from these 2 guys, are sitting in spawn. Now the Shark, the T54E2, is raging about his team spawn camping. Well, Sunshine, you're still there as well. Like, you're still there. Maybe he's too afraid to move on, but if he was too afraid, then maybe come around to help the Object 84. But what we're about to see is both sets of teams. It's not just the green team. Both sets of teams are spawn camping. Literally, you can see the green team now, they are in the spawn, and the red team, the red Fosh, is complaining about his team sitting in the spawn. So of course the Object 84 here, if he pushes any further forward, he could be in a lot of trouble because the spawn is right around that corner there. Of course the Chieftain is here, he's going to get knocked out, and we've got the T54 lightweight, who seemed to be the only one pushing forward, the only one trying to spot, and to be honest, he's actually the only one that does 0 damage. Unfortunately for him, every shot he took just bounced. But at least he was trying. At least he was trying. So there's 1 tank down. Fair enough. The tank destroyers, as I've said, the tank destroyers usually take the position in spawn, so you can't really blame them too much, especially when they're tank destroyers with no armor, like this Scorpion G. He's still got damage, and now he knows that these guys are coming around. There is a few guys now coming around. You got the Tiger 2 here, and as soon as he comes around the corner, look what we are about to see. Look at this. Every single player pretty much on the enemy team are here. They are all here around that spawn area. I mean, this is amazing. And unfortunately for these 2 guys, they are currently pretty much, with the waffle behind really, they are currently on their own. But now, because the team have been spotted, they can come around. But at least the green team are making the move, and because the red team have decided to stay in spawn also, they are now sort of isolating these guys. They're getting from the one side and they're getting from the other side, and they're just going to be absolutely ripped apart. So there is still 5 tanks on the enemy team, and they are all still in spawn. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes of this battle left, and they still haven't left spawn, and now they just cannot move. They are all trying to cuddle up in that corner there. They don't want to get shot, they don't want to get killed, and they are just all hitting each other, bumping into each other, and just trying to cuddle up to each other. I just thought this was great because you get 1 team that spawn camps, but this game you had 2, and as soon as the green team noticed or spotted that the red team are all in their spawn, they then decided to make a move, and it ended on with still 6 tanks left alive. I just thought that game was amazing. It was kind of funny. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Thank you, and bye bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're onwards, and we need to get to that 70,000 mark, and then we will have another massive giveaway for you guys. See ya. With